and gentlemen, karibuni, karibuni, karibuni. I'm waiting for our audience. A Saturday, beautiful morning, the 6th of October. Tumekaa sana, by the way, without going live, but due to public demand, we have decided to go live. And for those of you who are joining, karibuni. I know that I decided that to be going live starting 9 a.m. But we are a bit late, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you understand why we are late. And welcome and feel free to join us, because when you are here, please register your presence. Karibuni, karibuni. Wale ambao mnaingia, we don't take it for granted. Karibuni. Please, Washira, Beatrice, Gachie, niko mzima kabisa kabisa. Labda wewe Washira and others, please like the video as you come, so that we want to have a discussion. It is very, very important when you join us. So please, those who are joining, and register your presence by liking the video, by subscribing, and by leaving a comment, so that we can be able to discuss one or two things. You know, there are so many things happening in our country. Kenya is taking a very different stand. Ukichunguza kwa mapana utakubaliana nami. You agree with me that there are so many things that are happening. This week, for example, the week starting today, we expect so many things. We expect a political explosion in this country. Remember, on Tuesday, William Samoei Ruto's party is going to lead the onslaught in parliament against removing Gachagua from office. I think this topic, which will give it some time for discussion to see what is likely to happen on Tuesday. So guys, please like the video as you come. Comment in the comment section. You can see we are 10 now. And I want us to start this discussion when we are about 2030, because it is going to form the basis of our analysis this morning. That is why we have not uploaded the video, because this is the one that we expect to be live. This is the one that we expect to be the first one this morning. So Gachagua will be impeached. He is expected to defend himself on Tuesday. What happens there is that should the members of parliament, two-thirds of them, vote for the impeachment, and I think two-thirds is about, what is that one? If they vote for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua will cease to be the deputy president, but it will require now the Senate to act. If the Senate, because the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika, will take the motion to the Senate. It is in the Senate that Gachagua will cease to be the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, but now if he doesn't go to court. So in the Senate, we expect two-thirds of the members also to vote for the impeachment. If that one does not happen, then the motion will be considered dead. So guys, karibuni. I see now we are 18. Please like the video as we tackle this explosive topic about the Last Supper. I think Gachagua should be taking the Last Supper kulingana vile ambavyo mambo yanaendelea. So, let me start by asking you a question. Do you think this motion will go through? Do you think Parliament or William Samoei Ruto, because all said and done, it is William Samoei Ruto who is impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. It is not Parliament. Parliament, as currently constituted, cannot be able to do so, say what it's doing, without the support of William Samoei Ruto. So the big question is, on Tuesday, do you think Parliament is going to get to that, going by what we saw yesterday and what we saw on Thursday. Because what Kenyans are saying, ni kufa dereva, kufa makaga. That's what Kenyans are saying. What Kenyans are saying is that both William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua should go home. I don't know what is your stand. I don't know what is your stand. But because what has been taken to the public for public participation is William Samoei Ruto remain the president, Gachagua goes. That is what the impeachment is not about William Samoei Ruto. So what do you think the members of parliament are going to do? Because it looks like 75% of Kenyans do not want Gachagua to leave office. And if he leaves office, what next? That is a big question. So I want us to look at the number of people who are being mentioned to replace Rigathi Gachagua. Who will replace Rigathi Gachagua? Who will be the next deputy president? Who will succeed Rigathi Gachagua? Number one, according to the list, is Professor Kithure Kindiki. What do you think about Professor Kithure Kindiki? Professor Kithure Kindiki comes from the side of the Gema nation that is not densely populated. But according to the latest, he is the front runner because a number of Kikuyus are saying that the presidency, the man who is going to succeed Gachagua, must come from the mountain. Do you agree with them? Does the deputy president, does Gachagua, we assume that you'll be impeached, is it a must that he must come from Mount Kenya? Because if you ask me, the president should go for merit. If Gachagua will be impeached, we should go for merit, not for tribes. We should not say that because a Kikuyu has been removed from office, he must be replaced by another Kikuyu. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? And please like the video, comment as you come. I can see we are 25. Only one person has liked the video. Please like the video so that many people can know that we are here. I'll be very, very comfortable when we are over 100 so that we can have a very, very interactive discussion. So Kithure Kindiki is the front runner. Kithure Kindiki currently is the CS Interior, what the Americans call the Homeland Security. When you look at Kithure Kindiki, one thing I like about him, he is hardworking. But one thing I don't like about him is that he does not question anything. RWK, Shalom, Tolman, Karibu, Karibu. And like the video, please. I can see now we have 4 likes and we are 25. I need these likes so that people can actually interact. I want us to have an interactive session. So Kithure Kindiki is touted to be the front runner. The people of the mountain strongly believe that it should come back to the mountain. But I'm of a contrary opinion that region should not matter. What should matter is merit. Is Kithure Kindiki competent enough to succeed Rigathi Gachagua? But one thing about the professor Kithure Kindiki, Kindiki is being accused of one thing, that he is inaccessible. Since he became the CS Interior, majority of leaders says that this man is inaccessible. But I want to give him something. I want to give a credit. Kithure Kindiki spent most of his time on the ground. Kithure Kindiki has been on the firing line. Kithure Kindiki has been visiting all those areas, the hotspot. We have seen him there. So he has not been politicking so much. But the greatest mistake is that he presided over the abduction of the Gen Zs. That's the greatest weakness. That is why I would not support Kithure Kindiki, because I would say he has failed. He has failed because of the way the youth are being abducted by the police. Thomas Muturi's Skyman hukuenda church. Sikuenda kwa sababu nataka tuongee hapa. Unajua hata Thomas, unajua hata William Samoei Ruto anaenda church, Gachagua anaenda church, mabibi zao ni mapasta, lakini when you look at it they cannot even agree. They cannot even agree, yet ni watu wa kanisa. Na watu ambao si wa kanisa. So, okay, that was on a light note. So what we are saying here is that Kithure Kindiki, if he's the one who is going to succeed Gachagua, we can expect a man who is going to be ruthless. Because Kithure Kindiki is a lawyer. Kithure Kindiki is a man who was actually defending Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto in The Hague. He's a competent, he was actually a professor of law at the University of Nairobi. He's a hard worker, that one is okay. But now, the fact that he has presided over abduction, killing of the youth, arresting, arbitrary arrest is something that we don't like. I don't know what you can say about this. What can you say about Kithure Kindiki? Do you think he qualifies to succeed Rigathi Gachagua? Because from where I sit, finally Rigathi Gachagua will be removed from office. George Ogol. Ruto will go for Anne Waiguru, Ishongwa, or Kiujure. We shall discuss that, George. Thank you for that. And we are going to look at this. It is very, very important. We look at all these characters. Because the leaders of Mount Kenya are saying, one, that the DP should come from Mount Kenya. Number two, the majority of them are saying from the beginning they wanted Kithure Kindiki, not Gachagua. When they were voting, Gachagua got 21 votes and Kithure Kindiki got that 3. The people of Mount Kenya were supposed to vote. So William Samoei Ruto has told them to come up with the name. And the name that is leading is Professor Kithure Kindiki. And I'm saying I have some problem with Kithure Kindiki. Not personal problem, but the fact that he has presided over the murder of Gen Zs, that he presided over the youth being abducted, is something that does not augur well. Benson, go. Wacha tuendelee kuoga vitu yetu kama unye. Benson, vitu vigogwe vizuri, vitu vigogwe. So number 2 in the lineup, as George has said, is Anne Waiguru. Anne Waiguru, the Kirinyaga governor, who is in her second term. Anne Waiguru is said to have good leadership qualities. She shows leadership. But one thing about Anne Waiguru does not keep friendships. She doesn't. She doesn't know how to relate with other people. Anne Waiguru is an arrogant leader. Anne Waiguru was also associated with the youth. Nakumbuka zile youth scandal. Wakati ambapo akina Kafura walikuwa nasemekana ya kwamba that money was being taken in sacks. Money was being taken in sacks. Kafura was a salon. And the money, a lot of money went into waste. Pesa nyingi za youth zilibwa. And even today, we have never known if Anne Waiguru was guilty or not guilty. So the fact that she doesn't interact well with other leaders is a cause for alarm. Lile Wagare, all this is diverting us from Adani, Shah. Right G is going nowhere. Rigathi G, I think that's what you mean, Lile. Rigathi G is going nowhere. They have made those who didn't like him love him big. I agree with you. Gachagua is coming out stronger than he was. In fact, now, William Samoei Ruto has literally lost the mountain. He has literally lost many parts of Nairobi. Because when I was looking at that impeachment process, the so-called public participation, and only one region seems to agree that Rigathi Gachagua need to go. And I know why they are saying that they want Rigathi Gachagua to go. But majority of the people are of the opinion that Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto need to go together. Guys, please like the video. Like the video. I can see we have only 8 likes and we are at 4. Please like so that we can continue interacting and comment in the comment section. And you can also buy a super chat there. Buy super chat to support this channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, Anne Waiguru is the number 2. So, and I think William Samoei Ruto, there was a time he said that he wants a deputy running mate. So the only thing that can make William Samoei Ruto to go for Anne Waiguru is because of gender. And I remember Giro saying that ata yeye ana support Anne Waiguru. Nixon Gitau, is there any way we can stop the impeachment or at least have Ruto and Gachagua both impeached? We need to teach the politicians a lesson so that they never go to waste our time again. Nixon Gitau, thank you for your comment. Thank you for that observation. Thank you for that recommendation. But now, a motion has to be taken to Parliament so that William Samoei Ruto can also be impeached. Currently, what we have is a censure motion. Censure motion is in Senate. And a censure motion is just a censure motion. And it's just there to just point the mistakes, but does not remove him from office. But there's a way. If a motion is taken to Parliament, such that both of them leave the office, what will happen is that if it goes through, if it sails through, they have no other business other than leaving the office. So there is a way. So, but now, the big question, Bwana Nixon here, who is this Kenyan? Who is this member of Parliament? Because you see, the kind of members of Parliament that we have are very weak. Very, very weak. And that is why 291 of them are voting for impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. Not that it is coming from their heart, but they are being coerced, but they are being forced, but they are doing it to please the powers that be. That's the problem that you have. Joy Sabena, Skyman, this point, we now know Ruto is a snake with venom. Whoever will be given the seat will be just a flower boy or a flower girl with the presence of those MPs. In fact, if you look at Anne Waiguru, because she is number 2 in terms of recommendation on the people who are going to succeed Rigathi Gachagua, Anne Waiguru cannot withstand political storms. Remember, there was a time she said that she asked Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta to give her light duties. Do you remember? So this is Anne Waiguru for you. So this is the kind of leader that they want. Somebody who is actually standing on mosquito legs. Somebody who cannot question. So as Joyce Sabena is saying, these guys are only looking for somebody who is very weak. Very, very. Somebody who cannot question. And Daxon Omodi. To those with fewer shares than Murima, I really sympathize with you when you support Gachagua. Wait until he survives. Then somehow becomes president. Mtajua hamjui. Mr. Omodi, this is what I will say. All these politicians that you see, they are the same. All these MPs, senators, and governors you see, they are the same. The only group of people I would like to isolate from this is like somebody like Okia Mtata. Okia Mtata is very different from these guys. Okia Mtata means well for this country. These are the kind of leaders that we want. But majority of them, they are the same. Gachagua is the same as Ruto. Gachagua is the same as Raila. Is the same as Kalonzo. What Kenyans need, and that is the message that the Gen Z are saying, that we want total overhaul of our politics. All these guys should be sent home. If you look at our politics today, nothing but the truth, a game of personal interest. Yes, I agree with you. And what we are saying here, these guys goes to Parliament to make money. As far, both Gachagua and Ruto are in the church praying God. Imagine, I wonder, what are they praying for? Imagine. What are they praying for? Yet these are the guys who can easily plunge this country into darkness. Nobody else has had the temerity of what MT News. It's unfortunate that now the Gen Z are defending Gachagua, who never defended them when they are being killed. In fact, MT News, this is what I would say. It is not that they are defending Gachagua. What they are saying is that Rigathi Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto need to go together. I think if I am reading the political mood, that is the message that they are saying. Not that they love Gachagua. Not that they want Gachagua to remain in office, no. But it is where you are saying now that uondoe mtu mwizi, unajua kuna pwagu na pwaguzi, ati sasa tuondoe pwagu tuache nani? Pwaguzi. And we know pwagu na pwaguzi yao ni mamoja, wanafaa kwenda pamoja. I think MT News, that is the message that Kenyans are saying. Not that the Gen Z are supporting William Samoei Ruto. In fact, if Anne Waiguru, because what we are looking here is the candidate who have been lined up, and I've said number 1 is Professor Kithure Kindiki, and number 2 is Anne Waiguru. Lile Wangari anasema Rao should be in the ballot in 2027. Mlima will vote for him overwhelmingly. They regret not listening to Uhuru. I agree. Hesfa is saying, by the way, what is happening or happened to Kasamuel? I am disappointed. Hiyo ya Kasamuel. Ndio sasa unasikia watu wanasema tombo ya mwitu. Imagine tombo ya mwitu. You know, this guy had a very bright future. Very bright future. But you see, he lacked one thing. When the moment he started associating with people with tainted characters, people with tainted issues, that is when he lost it. And Mother Karua warned Kasamuel. Kasamuel never listened. He never listened. I wish he listened. Because you see, if you look at Morake Basso, and we are also going to discuss Morake Basso here, because I didn't like the way Morake Basso was treated. I didn't like the way he was complaining yesterday online that his life is in danger. It was bad. It did not happen. And that his life is in danger. Somebody was saying that he was going to eliminate him. And there was a viral video, that clip that was going on, that Morake Basso was to be eliminated. No. That one should not happen in Kenya. And that is why I'm saying I don't support Kithure Kindiki, because for now, he should have arrested those guys who beat Morake Basso. He should have arrested, again, those guys who were actually uploading that video, those guys who are recording themselves that they are going to scare. And because I know that was meant to scare, I didn't like it. Anyway, Omodi anasema, let's not mix issues. Telling other Kenyans that they are a second-class citizens is a bigger crime than even theft. So the man has to go. If he has to go, let's follow the due process. In fact, we don't support Gachagua. Me, I don't support Gachagua from where I sit. What we can say is that both Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto need to pave way. In fact, they should resign. William Samoei Ruto should have resigned on June 25th, when Parliament was overrun. That's the time he should have resigned. Regarding Gachagua, should also have resigned the moment people started complaining about him. Henceforth, Kithure has no stamina. With his soprano, he will be the perfect flower girl. I agree with you. He doesn't have stamina. He doesn't. And if you look at some of these guys, it's like they have been forced into politics. Politics requires people with stamina, political stamina. People who are actually strong, who can stand and tell some leaders no. People with visions. So, the other person, other than now Kithure Kindiki and Anne Waiguru, the third person who is being touted to succeed Gachagua is Kimani Ichung'wah. Imagine, Kimani Ichung'wah, the deputy president. Of all people. Kimani Ichung'wah. Kimani Ichung'wah, I've always said, if elections were to be held today, Kimani Ichung'wah cannot win even an MCA seat. He can't win. As we talk, Kimani Ichung'wah did not even go to Kikuyu for public participation. He didn't, and he was not alone. Most of the Mount Kenya guys did not go. I think it's only in Murang'a that the leaders were able to interact with the people. But imagine Kimani Ichung'wah. Naomi Kamau, nigata ni mchezo kwa mlima itakuwa ma-DVD so that he can kill kicks politically, socially, and we shall come to that, Naomi, because ma-DVD is also being mentioned. It's good that we are interacting now. I like it. Guys, please like the video. Let's make this video go viral, because whatever you're discussing here is our opinion. Whatever we are discussing here is our expression. Henceforth, has anybody seen memes za Kimani Ichung'wah as beautiful. We have seen them. Bo Rollins, what's the interest of ODM in this impeachment? They are coming out stronger. Yeah, I know. There's a reason. I'm going to come to that. Bor, I hope you still be here. I'm going to come to that why ODM is interested, because what we are looking here, ni wale watu about they are being mentioned that they are going to succeed regarding Gachagua. So I'm asking Kimani Ichung'wah, imagine, at a deputy president, Kimani Ichung'wah. And by the way, before I forget, the person who is going to succeed regarding Gachagua will be unveiled to Kenyans on Mashujaa Day. Mashujaa Day ndio tutagaziwa ati huyu ndiye atakuwa nani. Ndio tutaambiwa ati huyu ndiye nani wetu. So who is this person who will be unveiled? Is it Kimani Ichung'wah? Is it Anne Waiguru? Is it Professor Kithure Kindiki? Because William Samoei Ruto and the powers that be are planning that we are going to Hasfa. We are going to come to Gladys Wanga. I will show you where Gladys Wanga is coming, because he is also being touted as a possible successor of Rigathi Gachagua. So, how many would support Kimani Ichung'wah to succeed Rigathi Gachagua? Because that one, I think, one thing about Kimani Ichung'wah is actually one of the guys in Mount Kenya who are being misused by William Samoei Ruto. And they are the kind of people who are being set against their own brothers. Like Gachagua was set against Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And today, Rigathi Gachagua is regretting. Even one day, Kimani Ichung'wah will regret. And unless he is nominated to parliament, he'll never be in parliament again. That is Kimani Ichung'wah for you. He will never be in parliament. And you can take this to the bank. So what we are saying here, that William Samoei Ruto is not perfect. But he has not had the stupidity to insinuate some Kenyans are second class citizens in their own motherland. Gachagua must go. That is what msimamo wa Omondi. Gachagua must go. And I think it is very, very important we respect the opinion of others. And we are because everybody has his own stand, has his own views. And every view is valid. Kamau, let William Samoei Ruto take that seat elsewhere, but not in Mount Kenya. I hate the way Gemas are mistreated. I voted Rao, though. That was good. I also supported Rao. I've been supporting Rao. Though this time round, I would hesitate to vote for him. We want to have a complete overhaul of our politicians. Those politicians who have been in parliament for long, they have not been doing anything. They have been there and they have been in powerful positions. They have been actually eating our money. These are the kind of people that we don't want to see in the next parliament. So, Kimani Ichung'wah, many people here are saying is a big no. There is also Mwangi Kiujuri, the Laikipia member of parliament. Mwanamedhari. Najua this man is known for proverbs. And there was a time he was a cabinet secretary. So would you support him? Just take a sip of water. So guys, would you support Mwangi Kiujuri? Because from where I sit, Mwangi Kiujuri is a weakling. Mwangi Kiujuri, in fact, I will not expect anything. And the reason why Mwangi Kiujuri most likely would fail is because he is not from UDA. And those guys from UDA would like to see somebody who is in UDA supporting, becoming the deputy president. The fact that he comes to Laikipia is densely populated, I agree. And Naomi is saying, Makaga atapelekea inchi wapi? Watauza kila public asset. Yeah, nani, by the way, Mwangi Kiujuri was a Makaga, he was a teacher, and now a politician, and now a leader of party. But ni chama tu kile ambacho kiko tu pale. Dukaki Somode Gachie don't gloss over the insinuation that some Kenyans are not equal shareholders. That is not my view. No, I'm not saying that Nani, Omodi, no. What I'm saying, I think what we are saying, that this country, we don't have to take a deputy president from any community. We should go on merit. Omodi, I hope that is very clear. I'm not saying that William Samoei Ruto is good. No. I don't support William Samoei Ruto. Neither do I support Rigathi Gachagua. Neither do I support the current system. In fact, I support the lineup that is coming out very clearly on the side of Okiya Mtata, maybe somebody like Matiang'i, Babu, that lineup, Martha Karua, would make a good would make a good government. In fact, in terms of governance, I think they would actually appeal to many Kenyans, and not that Omodi, that your opinion is not valid. I'm saying it is very much valid. And I'm saying everybody is entitled to his opinion. In politics, you cannot be neutral. That's what we know. So what you are saying here, Mwangi Kiujori is a non-starter, but he's being touted as a possible deputy president. And I'm talking about Mashujaa Day, when William Samoei Ruto is going or is set to unveil the next deputy president. There is also Alice Wahome and Ndindi Nyoro. Imagine, dereva na makaga wakufe, abiria watasurvive aje? That's a good question. That's a good question. So what we are saying here, there is Alice Wahome, the lad's minister, and there is Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro is being accused of not voting for the motion to impeach Gachagua. Alice Wahome is coming out because she's a woman, and by the way, she was among the people who were candidates of William Samoei Ruto. As far the politicians say, Bwana Sifie, which Bwana do they mean? Huyu bin wao ni wa maajabu. Huyu bwana wao ni maajabu. Ni maajabu. Labda wakati unasema Bwana asifiwe, unajua Bwana inaweza kuwa na maana nyingi. Inaweza kuwa ni binadamu asipatwe na msiba. Bwana asifiwe, asipatwe na msiba. Labda ndivyo huwa anamaanisha. Dakika moja. If you're not a Skyman, then let's not discuss him. Why should you not discuss him? Or Modi? We are here, we can discuss anybody. We cannot say that you're not going to discuss anybody. We are discussing everybody, and what we are discussing here is Gachagua succession. The number of candidates, the names of people who are being touted. We have started with Professor Kithure Kindiki is the front runner, followed by Anne Waiguru. Then there is Kimani Ichung'wah, Mwangi Kiujori, and then there is Alice and Ndindi Nyoro. Both of them comes from Ranga, and Ndindi Nyoro did not vote for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. The question that we should be asking here, why do you think Ndindi Nyoro refused to sign that motion? Was it a strategic move, or was it that he wanted to align himself with the people of Murang'a? Or was it that because the crowd was speaking? Because you see, the crowd, when you come to the crowd, many people are not for one person being impeached. They are for the whole system going. That is the message. So Ndindi Nyoro, the fact that he did not support the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua is something that is putting him in bad books as far as William Samoei Ruto is concerned. Then, there is mlego mwingine wa Raila Amolo Odinga. Somebody said here, Raila is fronting Gladys Wanga or Ali Hassan Joho. That is Raila's stand. And Raila would, and in fact many people would want to see Gladys Wanga as the deputy president, especially those in Azimio. The big question is, how many here would support Gladys Wanga as the deputy president? How many? With all due respect, Gladys Wanga seems to be working. With all due respect, Gladys Wanga has all the right to succeed Rigathi Gachagua. With all due respect, Gladys Wanga is one person who has shown that she can also mobilize crowds. And with the support of Raila Amolo Odinga, I think the intention here is to ensure that Azimio vote to a man for William Samoei Ruto in 2027 if Gladys Wanga is going to be the running mate. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Gladys Wanga is equal to the task? Do you think she's equal to the task? Again, when you look at Raila's argument, he's also fronting Ali Hassan Joho. the CS in charge of the blue economy. When you look at Joho can rally the support of the coast. And when I look at the way the people were reacting at the coast and in Nyanza, majority of those two regions were the opinion that Gachagua need to go. Nyamoya Joseph, Raila will fall with the Sogoi government. Watch this piece. Aguka and Nayo Baba. What I know, and that what is coming out very clearly, is that Raila has lost the clout. The moment he joined William Samoei Ruto, he lost many people. In fact, I can ask you, I have seen some people here writing that many people have been supporting Raila Amolo Odinga and would want him even to be the president. But the fact that he was able to join William Samoei Ruto, the fact that he was able to leave to stop the movement, in fact, he is the one who interfered with the revolution. Because, in fact, William Samoei Ruto is only surviving because of Raila Amolo Odinga's support. Because if Raila did not join William Samoei Ruto, or if Raila say that Gachagu will not be impeached, Gachagu will not be impeached. But now there's an agreement between the two that Raila and Ruto to rally their troops for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. That is why it will be very easy to impeach Rigathi Gachagua in Parliament, that is in the National Assembly and in the Senate. It will be very, very easy. So Gladys Wanga is also a front runner. But now here comes the Karibu Samuel Asiba. Baba politics will end with Ruto. most likely. Destiny Focus, Lucasio Mondi, we understand your points. And they are very valid. Okay, that's okay. And Nanchat, we are to see strange things. We are to see strange things, as you say. We have to see strange things. Gojani mtaona tu. What we are saying here, continue commenting. You are free to comment here. We are interacting and we're interacting freely. And this is our country. And like the video, by the way. As you come, please like the video. If you have not liked the video, please like the video. Comment. Little Gachie. Watching Gachagua in church. National prayers. Altar Karen. Nairobi, Ruto was also in AIC church. Gong Road. Both crying to God. Let's wait for Tuesday. Very, very interesting. Raila time is long gone. Mambo ni kisasa. I agree with you. Mambo ni kisasa. Mambo imebadilika kabisa. Kenya imebadilika. Sio Kenya ile ya mukabila ati nini. And that's what we are saying. Let's see what is going to happen. But here, we are going to ask ourselves, we should ask ourselves, when choosing the next deputy president, let's assume Gachagua will leave office, because I think it will be very, very difficult for William Samoei Ruto to work with Gachagua. And I'm waiting to see hiyo siku ya mashujaa, to see if Gachagua, if Gachagua will be impeached. Definitely he has a battalion of lawyers who will go to the Supreme Court, all the courts. It is not something that will be done that easy as many people think. In fact, Gachagua can remain in office for the rest of the remaining term. Because if the case goes to the High Court, it can take months, 6 months, 7 months. Then it goes to the Court of Appeal. The same is repeated. Then the Supreme Court. The same is repeated. Courts follows a process. So what we are saying here is that on Mashujaa Day, we are going to be very, very observant. We are going to be very keen to see how Gachagua is going to behave. We are also going to be very, very keen to see how William Samoei Ruto is going to behave. We are also, because you see, of late we have seen when the president is going, when he's coming, there is nobody. In fact, what we are seeing, we have seen Kideki, Akina Dedi Nyoro, Akina Kimani Ichung'wah actually singing off in the airport, and we're coming back. That's what we have been seeing, and the deputy president has been missing. So that day, because officially the president is supposed to be invited by his deputy to address the nation. We know the truthful man of God, Gachie, will he be there? Will he still be in office? Asiba, I'm airing my views. I am not criticizing Gachie. get your facts straight. Not me. I'm beyond. You know, you can say anything as long as we are not talking about. We are talking about issues, guys. Feel free. Feel free. We have been in this game for long, and we are very, very tolerant here. But what I do wish is that let's keep our comment respectful, especially on each other, because you see, this is our channel. It's not even mine, because without you guys, I cannot be here. So let's continue. We should let them do what they want. The populace will have the final say. I agree with you, because non-chatterland, according to you, and I think everybody saw it, what this public participation showed us is that we cannot continue relying on tribes. We cannot. Because we saw even in Nandi, in Barigo, people saying no against impeachment. If you visit one of my videos, I think the latest videos I have shown, I think yesterday I showed you video clips of people in the heart of Rift Valley, William Samoei Ruto's backyard, rejecting the impeachment. So what we are learning is that because William Samoei Ruto, most likely he's going to rely on tribe. Hii mambo ya tribe imepitwa na wakati. Imepitwa na wakati. And maybe we look at it on gender perspective. Yes, we can consider gender, because you see, our constitution is very clear on this, that we need to consider gender parity all the time. So if if William Samoei Ruto is going to rely on the criteria of gender, then he can go for Gladys Wanga, Anne Waiguru, or Alice Wahome, if he's going to use the criteria of gender. But most likely, politicians, because, you know, politics is all about numbers. Among all those candidates I've mentioned, who do you think can bring many votes to William Samoei Ruto? Is it Kithure Kindiki? Is it Ndindi Nyoro? Is it Kimani Ichung'wah? Is it Gladys Wanga? Is it Joho? Is it Kiojori? Who can rally many votes to vote for William Samoei Ruto among all these who have mentioned? Because if you ask me, I would give William Samoei Ruto free advice here. If he goes for a Kikuyu, nobody will listen to him. In fact, you cannot win the hearts of the mountain twice. Yes, I think what would happen, the Kikuyus will not change their mind. So choosing Kithure Kindiki, choosing Kiojori, Waiguru, Ndindi Nyoro, or Alice will not bring votes to William Samoei Ruto. The only person who I think can bring votes to William Samoei Ruto is either Gladys Wanga or Ali Hassan Joho. If you do that, if you go for Joho, who is a mobilizer, if you go for Gladys Wanga, both of them have the support of traditional Raila voting bloc. We saw it when Raila went to, when Ruto went to Nyanza, tulijionea sisi wenyewe, and we saw the excitement there. But do you think today William Samoei Ruto can come at the mountain and expect the kind of reception that he got? Do you think he can't? In fact, these days, William Samoei Ruto, hamtakuwa mkimwona, just take something here. Sorry for that, was just switching off the lights. So what we are saying here, William Samoei Ruto will make very few trips in the mountains going forward. Whether Gachagua is gone or not, he will make very few trips in the mountain. But if Gladys Wanga or Joho is the person to succeed, I think he can get very many votes. Let's agree on that one. I don't know what you think. The same Kenyans who put us in the current situation now telling us what we should do again. We trusted them in 2022. We see where we are now. Jacqueline is saying, Baba will back will be back to politics. I think so. If he doesn't succeed in that post of the African Union, expect Baba to be in the ballot. Guys, I want us now to focus on Muraki Basso. We start by asking our question. After Muraki Basso was attacked at Bomas of Kenya, where did he go? Where did he go? I understand he was taken to hospital, but the hospital was not disclosed. I looked at the way Muraki Basso was attacked by the goons. It was sad. Chairs were thrown all over. And this is a son of a woman. This is a son who has been exposing William Samuel Ruto. And Kenyans just watched and continued with public participation. In fact, some of them were going to say, piga ye, piga ye. It was shocking to me. It was shocking. Ladies and gentlemen, why should this happen? Tell me, guys, as you like the video, as you comment, why should Kenyans, and in this case adults, beat a Gen Z because he has come to air their views? Why? Why? You know, Muraki Basso yesterday was claiming that his life is in danger. Since then, I've not seen Muraki Basso appearing in public. The video clip that was going round yesterday, and you can actually get it today, was saying, that man was saying that Muraki Basso would be killed. In fact, he was to be killed yesterday. That was shocking in my view. And I was asking myself, where is the government? Where is the DCI? Where is the NSI? The National Intelligence Service? Where are they? Where is Kidiki when this is happening? Why? Now we come out. And it was overseen by ODM MPs. I left ODM at that point. Uliona traitor Kasamuel akisema. Yeah. Kasamuel failed us big time. He failed us big time. The dude, I think the dude was coached. He went there, said Gachagua should go. He said the government, what we need from the government is good services. And people, you know, previously, he had been saying that the whole system should go, but he was a big letdown. It was a big letdown. I think the only thing with him is that he had played a big role. But even before that time, there are so many people who had been questioning about Kasamuel. I don't know what happened. What do you think happened, ladies and gentlemen? Lucy Wagare, both government and opposition are scared of this young man. In fact, it's true. They're scared of Kibaso. TJ Kajwang said in Doluo, can you wrap up that young man? We had it. And added saying, Utamu wa Nairobi. While Elachi said, Piga ye. And Aladwa watching with KJ. What a shame. It was a big shame. It was so shameful, imagine. Imagine our leaders beating our Gen Z. It was wrong. It was very, very wrong. And if this guy was injured, because I understand he was taken to hospital, why should he be taken to hospital? Why should Kenyans allow this to happen, surely? Surely. Just because the man is airing his views? Just because Muraki Basso is exposing the government? Yes, he may have his weaknesses, but there are some things also I think Muraki Basso need to do, and he need to be advised. I noted one thing. When Muraki Basso was entering Bomas, he entered alone. Naomi Kamau, Rao must call out his MPs. True. These guys need to be told that huko tulitoka habari sana. So what we are saying, Morake Basso also need to be educated on matter security. Because we saw him going or entering Bomas of Kenya alone. Peke yake. And I think it was deliberate. Mabodyguard wanaachwa nyuma, yeye anaigia. And then kuigia pale, because he was going to jukwaa, pale kwa jukwaa. That is when the tears started flying. I need Kenyans should also contribute money for the security of this guy. He is doing the Lord's work. Ama namna gani? Jamani, Naomi, do you think this guy is doing the Lord's work? Omondi, what do you think about Morake Basso? Do you think he deserves this? And others who are here, because we are many, what do you think? Should we beat Morake Basso like this? Because from where I sit, I've seen there was a time he was also involved in an accident. An accident. And Kenyans were left with many questions. Because the man who caused the accident, the man who was driving the saloon car, ran away. He ran away. And the man was not injured, Morake Basso was not injured, but the vehicles were damaged. The big question is, you see that accident? And then there is also this issue of now being attacked in Bomas of Kenya in broad daylight. So what can we say about Morake Basso? We need to contribute for his security. You know, because he has become a public figure now, and he is a threat to both opposition and the government. He is also a big threat to the tenderpreneurs. He is a big threat to the contractors, the government, the opposition, the contractors are getting rattled by this man. Morara should not be harmed, but because it is in politics, he will face some political hazards. Okay, I think he should not be harmed. And what I saw is like he's now going what you call baptism under fire. Fire baptism. And the man looks scared. In fact, I'm worried that emotionally he'll be affected. Kamau Kebaso also escaped being attacked by MP Rokoman, the ground in Eba. I remember I saw it. I agree he is the savior. And you see, UDA is not happy with him. UDA is not happy with him. Because what he's doing, he's showing Kenyans who is stealing our money. Lile Wagari Karibu. Comrade charter can't be pocketed. They ask hard questions. That one of Nakuru. You know, what we can say is that there was a time that the comrades were invited by Dennis Itubi, and they started singing, Ruto must go, Ruto must go. In fact, I understand, even at joint during the night, ule watu wanaenda kupumzika in the evening. When it comes to dancing, they are singing Ruto must go. Emmanuel Tampa. It seems I'm blocked. Oh no, are you blocked? Why? Why are you blocked? And I can see you, Emmanuel, you are not blocked. This thing I'm blocked. No, you are not blocked because I can see your comment. Contractors, governors are Moraro's greatest threat. It is true. I agree with you. Because you see, our devolved governments came with the devolved corruption. And all governors are billionaires. All governors are billionaires. All politicians are billionaires. The moment you go to parliament, within 5 years, you have a lot of money. A lot of money. So Morake Basso is actually fighting with a dragon. He is facing the dragon heads on. And they are not happy. They are not happy. How he is going to survive for the next 3 years, only God can save him. In fact, only God can save him. hiyo ni accident. Hao ni watu wanampiga, and he was not expecting it, and this is a young man without proper security, without bodyguards. If I were to advise him, I think he should avoid a number of things. One, he should avoid night meetings. I've seen him holding night meetings. Anything can happen to him during the night. I'm not saying that it cannot happen during the day. The Mombasa governor is one of the thugs. He is a Didi or Didla, oh my God, for Kenyan politicians. So what we are saying here is that Morake Basso having night meetings is not advisable. That one, I think you need to know this. Number two, we also need to advise Morake Basso traveling at night. He also need not to travel at night. I don't know what you would advise Morake Basso. Armstrong Quest. Kebaso is an attention seeker. The moment he will be given a small token, he will shut up again. If he still wanted to silence him, they can. We know Kenya. Let him go slow. I think I'll differ with that, Armstrong, because you see, from where he has reached, I think he must have been approached by one or two people to go slow on something. But when you look at Morake Basso, this is a calling to him. It's a calling. And he's a man on a mission. And you look at his history, all the way from high school. You know, he was in, which school was this? A school that is in Nyanza, I have forgotten the name, a national school. He was expelled, and then he went to a day school. He passed, scored an A. Then he went to Kenyatta University. He was expelled because of activism. So when you look at it, you see it's something that is in him. So it seems that it's not something that you can easily compromise. And again, if you look at his family, you look at the lineage, I don't know whether it is a great-grandfather who was murdered, who was assassinated because of just being against the powers that be. So it is something that is in him. I'm not saying that he cannot be compromised, but it's not easy. It is not easy to compromise this guy, because I know that the government will not find it difficult to give him even 1 billion and shut up. And I think that is to government, instead of experiencing this humiliation. Serikali kuna namna ambavyo inafanya kazi. Hesfa, Morake Basso needs some wise advisors with intel around him, apart from the Gen Zs. Yes, I agree with you. Emmanuel Chamba, government on a looming spree. Adani deal is so one-sided, any reasonable person wouldn't entertain this. Telling that it was submitted on 1st, 3rd, 2024, reviewed, approved, forwarded to Treasury the same day. Niwizi. Yeah, he Adani deal, by the way. People are forgetting this. And I was reading from the papers today that Adani is in the country. And what many Kenyans don't know is that Adani is also in the energy sector. Sijui ya Kenatiko, ako kila mahali. And it seems that he is coming here by design. He is coming here with a vision. He's coming here with a mission. Armstrong. Quest. Do you think the government likes being exposed? No, it doesn't. Why is the president or power brokers bitter with Gachagua? It's because they say he doesn't keep secret. So you may know something, but because of your safety, you keep quiet. Adani was received by Mukomen. Yeah, hii ni mambo ya serikali. Adani is just an agent of the powers that be. Adani ni UDA. Na UDA ni Adani. That's the reality. Adani is the government, and the government is Adani. So all this that is happening, it is happening because the government wanted to happen like so. Because there's no way you can send Mukomen a CS to go and receive these guys. And why do you think William Samoei Ruto returned all these guys to the cabinet, even when he had indicated that he was going to bring fresh blood? It's because they are part of the big plan. The part of the big plan to root this country. In fact, ule wizi ambao unaendelea katika taifa hili ni wizi wa hali ya juu sana. There is a lot of theft going on in this country. There is so much going to waste. Afna, Adani is like the Gupta of South Africa. And I know one thing about the government. Dukasi Modi, Gachie, let us not stop saying what is wrong. Let Morara tell us what he can do if he is elected. Otherwise, mtarudi hapa tu bado. I think Morara Basso, what he has been doing, if you ask me on Monday, he has been on civic education. And he has done it so well. Because one, he has shown the common mwananchi where we are losing our money. Number two, he has created awareness that there is this project and we spent so much on this, nothing has been done. So he has been on civic education. That's why I'm saying he should take much time on civic education. Because now, if we start campaigning now, he's going to find himself in rough waters. I think the civic education can help him. And if I were asked, Morara Basso needs some mentorship. He needs some mentorship. Let somebody like, say like Okia Mtata be a presidential candidate and Morara Basso be the running mate so that he becomes the deputy president and he is mentored by Okia Mtata. Because there are some things that he doesn't know. I have no problem with him. In fact, I like him very much. And I also even support him in one way or the other. What I can say here is that Morara Basso, there are some things that he needs to know. One is about statecraft. Statecraft is not easy. And the only person who understood statecraft very clearly is Moi Kibaki. But when you look at Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, he had his weaknesses. When you look at William Samoei Ruto does not understand statecraft. Armstrong, Quest, Skyman, Kibaso don't have what it takes to bring Ruto down. Let's face it. Power is bought in this country. You may have the popular vote, but you lack the financial muscle. But people are supporting Morara Basso. People are supporting Morara Basso. What we are doing now, instead of now using money stolen from the public, people are now supporting the candidates. It happens in America, whereby you are supported by the people and supported by the party. And I agree with you, Okia should be the flag bearer, Morara his deputy. That one can work so well. You know, one thing I like about Okia Mtata. Okia Mtata is very faithful to the constitution. Okia Mtata is one person who is incorruptible. Okia Mtata has always fought for this country. Okia Mtata is also a very humble man. Very humble. In fact, if you look at the kind of house that he lives in an ordinary house. An ordinary house. And that is the kind of person we want. We don't somebody, you know, the greatest problem in this country is greed. The moment you bring somebody who is after one land, ati mtu hataki akila wakati ni kesi za mashamba. Every time anaangalia who is my neighbor chukue shamba yake. The moment you bring somebody who thinks that he need to be the richest person in Kenya for you to be the president, we need to borrow maybe from somebody like Obama. Obama was not the richest person, and he did not bother to accumulate a lot of wealth. But the problem with Kenyans, they think if you are the president, you should also be the richest person, which is wrong. Which is wrong. So when you look at Okia Mtata, Okia Mtata would actually galvanize the country, would bring the country together and bring the unity that this country badly needs. But the big question is, because you see, when I look at Okia Mtata, some people will start arguing about money, what. Kenyans should be ready to fund this kind of people. I'm going to say, karibu sana, karibu, like the video please as you come. So when you look at Okia Mtata, Okia Amtata, as Armstrong is saying, I agree with your arguing that Kebaso is liked by people, but our democracy is not matured, where you can say our votes count. Skyman, we have been with you during campaign, and you know what happened. I know. Everybody knows. Everybody knows that the man who won the elections is not the one who was declared the president. And it's not the first time that is happening. You know what they say in Kenya? That voters don't matter, but those who count votes matters. That is the reality. And by the way, where is Nani? Where is anaitwa nani? The chairman of IBC? Remind me, I've forgotten this name. Let me take some water as you remind me. What was the name of IBC chairman? The name of IBC chairman. What was his name? And where is he gone? Ako wapi? Because he doesn't talk. What happened to him? What happened to our IBC chairman after he retired? Anyway, let's come back to Okia Mtata. Because, see, Okia Mtata is one person who has always been informing Kenyans of what is happening in this country. Okia Mtata is one person who has always been fighting for the common mwananchi. But there's something I also want Okia, Chebukati ako wapi? Chebukati is now a cabbage. No mind of his own. What? Hesfa, what are you saying? Maybe you can tell us more. I've not heard about it. But I was asking, why is he missing in action? Naomi Kamau, Wafula Chebukati, nasikia haelewi chai ama uji. Aija, is it true? Wa. Najua kama is real. Kama is real, what I would say is that I would not wish anybody bad health. But I would wish Kenyans learn on a number of issues. I would wish Kenyans learn to respect our institutions, and they should know that power is transient. Today, William Samoei Ruto is the president. In less than 3 years, he will leave that office because I don't think he is going to win the second term. And if he leaves that office, what is going to happen to him? Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta left. Sasa ako wapi? He just pumzika nyumbani. There must be something going on with Chebukati. He just went silent. It is true. There is something. You know, that silence is in itself a kind of communication. And, you know, he used to come in public meetings. Yeah, Kama is a beach. Don't forget. Remember Kivuito. Oh, it's true. Kivuito said he did not even know whether Kibaki won the election or Raila won the election. He didn't know. Imagine. Yet he's the one who declared that Kibaki was the president. So this is the kind of confusion that we have in this country. Total confusion. And why do you think the government is not actually constituting IBC? Why? Why are we staying without commissioners, IB commissioners? Because IBC, as currently constituted, cannot even conduct a by-election. Why? Kwa sababu there must be a reason. Why? Charles Musima. Good morning, Skyman. Morning. There are very good readers out there. The problem is when elections time comes, we go back to our tribal cocoons. That is tribalism, and its ugly face has been the worst thing in this country. And that's why I support Gen Z, the way they are coming. If you look at the public participation, one message was very clear, that the Gen Z of this country were speaking in the same language. It is very, very important. It was very, very encouraging. Because a Gen Z in Sogoi, and a Gen Z in Madera, and a Gen Z in Nyanza were speaking the same language. That was very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. They think the same, they behave the same, and they talk the same language. Mtu wetu syndrome, pathetic. Hii ndio imetumaliza Charles Musina. Mtu wetu. Hii ndio kitu imetumaliza. What people should know is that when the economy improves, it does not improve for one person. It is for everybody. When the rate of interest goes up, it affects everybody. When the banks give loans, hakuna mtu anaenda unaabua, wewe ni Mkaba, wewe ni Mkisii, wewe ni Myahudi, wewe ni Mchina, ati utapewa loan with a riba kidogo. No, doesn't work that way. And I've always said about full gens, karibu Samuel ashaeda, huyo wacha asahulike, and we move on, because you see, even Jesus was betrayed. Betrayal is, by the way, in politics, betrayal is something that will always happen. And there are people who fall on the way. There are some people who are just, they don't have principles. It do happen. Kama Yesu alisalitiwa ni mwana wa Mungu, and you know the many miracles that he had performed. The many miracles that he had performed. What about us? What about mwanasiasa ambaye ni kijana tu mdogo? Expect these kind of things. And I think even Morake Baso, that's why people are still asking those questions. Because what government does, mara nyingi, they plant people who are going to infiltrate the movement. The moment you are infiltrated, you are completely finished. That is what happened. And I know, even now, as we talk, Morake Baso has been infiltrated. Watu ambao unaona wakimzunguka pale, lazima kuna watu ambao wametua pale, wanakuja wanajifanya marafiki nini, then they are the people who are going to betray you. So betrayal is constant. If William Samoei Ruto betrayed the voters, kwa sababu hata nyinyi mkiangalia shwari, if you look at William Samoei Ruto, Chronicles of Mombi, karibu, it's good, because Samuel has shown us his true colors now. Kaede. So, if you look at Josh Ibuka, let me ask you this question. If you look at William Samoei Ruto, there's so many promises that he had given Kenyans. Would you say this is the William Samoei Ruto who was campaigning? Would you say this is William Samoei Ruto who was actually coming up? And in fact, he was talking, would you see that he would change this country? Today, I hear they don't even call him Doyen. Walikuwa wanasema Doyen ako na plan. Today, Lucy, the pressure must come from all Kenyans, you included. It is true. Yeah, kila mtu. Lucy, that is at Dukakis. Yeah, the pressure must come from everybody. Even the way you are talking here, the way you are commenting here, we are still putting a lot of pressure. And by the way, let me tell you, if you have never known, this channel has so many subscribers who are politicians. So many. So many from all corners. So when you comment, they are able to read. And that is why you should comment, so that they can understand what Kenyans feel. What I've realized, they come here, they watch the video, but they don't comment. They don't. They just want to get the feeling of the people. So when you comment, tell them what you think about them. Najua hapa wako hapa. Hata now wako hapa. They are here. So let them know, Andrew Muturi. But Kenyans voted for Ruto to punish Uhuru and so-called dynasties. It was a big mistake, Andrew. It was a big mistake. You know, how can you vote for somebody to punish another person? What for? After all, Uhuru was going. After all, Uhuru, in fact, had his pension. He had his security. That is the reality. Destiny focus. I'm strong. Barasa Mugaga Kenya is a bigger than any one of us. Please, let's pray to make sound decision. As we love Kenya, and Kenyans is the only place we call home. Yeah, kweli Kenya ni home, ni kweli. Chronicles of Mombi. Kenyans need civic education. Then, Ruse, they are silent viewers. They come here, by the way. They are here. They are reading what we are commenting. Naomi, why do we still have kitty for these wives who change murky waters? You remember, this is just misusing public money, by the way. Just misusing public funds. And I'm asking you, if the people who profess to be Christians, the president and the deputy, if they cannot agree, if they cannot reconcile, what a bad example. And their wives are pastors. See, I'm listening. What is happening in Kenya is sickening. It is true. It is sickening. It is sickening. I agree with you. Kamau, why do we still have? Okay. What we can say here, Andrew Muturi, they really misused God's name. In fact, even the church failed us here. The church failed us big time. Because I remember Gachagua telling us, for the first time, the Church of Christ has a candidate. And this candidate was William Samoei Ruto. The Church of Christ had a candidate. Today, Doyen ako wapi? Walikuwa wanatuambia Doyen ako na mpango. And by the way, have you realized that all what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta said has come to pass? I don't know whether you have realized this. Kila kitu alikuwa anasema, itakuwa nikija hapa, kuangalia kama miti imemea, mnaniambia huku mambo yaliharibika kabisa, ni wazo ukile mno. That's what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta would tell us. And now we are witnessing what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta want us against. Omondi, Barasa Muganda, Mobi has its place. You can't vote for bad leadership, then expect prayers to make them do the right things. Let's stop. No. Okay. It's not nonsense. Just have you. So just have you, Omondi, please. What we can say, hata doeni yake inekuja. They must tapika buzi ya hunye. Imagine the way, I was remembering, nikiwa tu hapa peke yangu, I was remembering the way Gachagua would wake up very early in the morning, 5 in the morning, and then he would go to the office, and then we would be shown videos of Gachagua moving very fast, preparing to work in the office, and then what would follow? Because that was the time that Raila was reading maandamano. What would follow? Ni shamba la Northern Farm la Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta kuchomwa, buzi kuibwa, and many other things. Emmanuel Templar, I suspect Ruto is overestimating himself and is taking Kenyans' complaints lightly, thinking it's just politics. Kenyans genuinely want good governance and can tell who is rooting. It's true. It is true, Emmanuel, and that is why Morarake Basu and his team are getting support from Kenyans. Non-chat. No honor among thieves. Hawa watu waliiba na kwambia. Waliiba. In fact, they have made Daniel Toroitich Moi look like a saint. Because, Charles Musina, we found coffers empty. Now they are looting. Now they are looting spree. Kenyan vote with emotions. Alafu, wanasiasa, wamegundua pia they can use the church to pursue their evil agenda. And by the way, do you know some of this money that they take the church, ni pesa za kuibwa? It is our taxes. They steal because they want to cleanse the money. They take the money to the church. I understand some of them even go for that money after kupeleka kule. So what is happening in our country is sickening, as some of us are saying. And by the way, please always remember to like the video, remember to comment. You can even share this video. You can even share the video as we watch. So what we are saying here, Joshi Boka, he had no plan. His plan was to steal. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Lucy. What we are saying here is that William Samoei Ruto was not prepared to lead the country. That is what is coming out very clearly. And sometimes me thinks that William Samoei Ruto thought he would not win the elections. He thought he would not win the elections. Lakini kimugumugu akajipata ni president. And that's why if you look at Gachagua, for example, Gachagua, mnakumbuka ile siku ya swearing in? Remember the way he made mistake when he was taking the oath of office? Na ndio Waswahili wanasema siku njema huonekana asubuhi. Gachagua made the first mistake on the swearing day. Again, you remember the way he attacked Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta in presence of dignitaries? Do you remember that day? Nikumbukapo hiyo siku, I feel very bad. Very, very bad. You still remember the way they walikuwa na harass Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's family? Remember Moses Kuria? Vile alikuwa anasema ataenda, what was he saying? He was saying that he was going to do what? Outside Gatudu's Kenyatta's family's home. You know, he was using a very uncouth language. Mpaka the nation media wakambadika jina Mpioro. Mtukanifu, mtu ambaye anatumia maneno machafu. Remember that time? So these are the kind of people who are leading this country. They told us they had a plan. They did not have a plan. They told us they were going to lead this country to greater heights. No prosperity, no nothing. I'm losing. Even if they didn't expect to win, they should behave themselves now that they are in office. Imagine, 2 years down the line, and they are still celebrating. And that is why you realize that because they did not have a plan, when they have realized that they are not doing anything, that is why they are trying to divert the attention of Kenyans by impeachment. Unajua wanaanza kulaumiana. Huyu ndiye anafanya tusifanye hiyo. Huyu ameiba sana. Huyu aliiba. Because you see, as somebody has said here, there is no honor among this. What they have realized is that time is not on their side. They have not delivered anything. Because if I may ask here, do you know of any road that has been tarmacked by William Samoei Ruto? And these housing projects, watu zinajengwa kwa public land, and then the people who are paying these houses bado ndio watanunua. Yani shamba la umma wewe umechanga and then uziwe nyumba. The idea here is to supply cement. That is the idea. And the supply of cement anajulikana. Ruto is two major things: ruthless, rudderless, plus others. Name them. Hesfa. Thank you for that. Ruto is like the devil in some ways. He only came to power to steal, kill, and destroy. Imagine, this government has made Kenyans love Daniel Toroitich arap Moi. You know, I was looking at the scandals wakati wa Moi. Okay, there was a gold scam scandal ile ya kina Patini, Kamlesh Patini. But during that time, watu bado walikuwa na pesa. Kulikuwa na pesa mfukoni. Today, money is in the pockets of leaders. That's the focus. At Adol Muturi, absolutely, what an evil man Ruto is. What we can say is that if you look at Kenyans today, look for example at the University of Education. Yani, they come up with a funding model whereby 14,000 students failed to join university because they could not afford in any bad. Hata ukiwaweka wapi hawezi kulipa. Number 2, they come up with a model whereby out of about 138,000 students who are admitted at the university, about 70,000 of them have not cleared the fees. Have not cleared the fees. And then they come here and they tell us that they are catering for everybody. Whereas education is supposed to be free, these guys are making education very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. They are killing the past. They are killing the future. And they are killing the present. And they don't care. Naomi, ndege ya Kenya itakuwa kama ile ya Malaysia. So what we are saying here is that if you, again you look at the health sector, look, in fact, I pity those people who are undergoing dialysis. I pity those people with life-threatening situations. Those people who are relying on NHIF. They are going to hospitals, wanaambiwa nyinyi hakuna hapa, nyinyi hamjulikani hapa. You are not taking this. Hii inaitwa Shia Masha, you whatever. National whatever. Social health whatever. This is a scam. A total scam. Whereby people are receiving messages. Sijui umewekwa wapi, umewekwa ukafanya wapi, eti umeigizwa wapi. It is this madness that is making Kenyans wake up and realize that we are losing this nation. For sure, we are losing this nation very, very fast. And if things continue this way, I think it will be very, very difficult for William Samoei Ruto to achieve even 10% of what Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta achieved. Na mnajua, mnakumbuka vizuri sana for those of you who are here, you remember during that time tulikuwa tunaambiwa that the government of Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta was working because of William Samoei Ruto. Hata hizi barabara zinajengwa, tulikuwa tunaambiwa zinajengwa kwa sababu ya William Samoei Ruto. Ati Uhuru alikuwa mlevi kila wakati. That's what we are told. Ati Uhuru alileta Raila. Look at nini? They did not know why Uhuru was brought. No, they did not understand why Raila was brought by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. And people should realize that there is the main reason why Uhunye brought Baba is to save him from William Samoei Ruto, is to ensure that he finish his term. Kwa sababu isipokuwa ni Raila, Uhuru angemaliza mhula wa pili. He could have impeached in the morning, because most of the members of parliament, those who are in Jubilee, especially from Mount Kenya, were behind William Samoei Ruto. They were starting with William Samoei Ruto. Na ndio sasa akaona wacha niende Baba agani maliza nini muhula wangu. Leo wa Mkota wa Kikuyu ndio huwa hawasikii. Utaona 2027 tena wako nyuma yake. I'm looking at the ground, Lee. Wa Mkota. I'm looking at the ground. I think it will be very, very difficult for William Samoei Ruto to get even 5% from the mountain. I'm looking at the situation. You know, that time you could tell that this man would get many votes. What you are not expecting that you would get maybe over 70%, but expecting something like 60, 55, something like that. But now when you come to the ground, do you know people apologize and feel very guilty in the mountain? Do you know those people who voted for William Samoei Ruto today in the mountain? In fact, they are the most bitter. Bodi wako na hasira nyingi sana. Hata si walipigia Baba. Like me, you see now, me I laugh because you see, I did not vote for William Samoei Ruto. I did not vote for him. And I knew that, you know, if you want to know somebody, it's also important you look at the past. What has he done with the past? When he had the power, what did he do? For how long has he been in politics? What has he done? For example, now, if you look at Matiang'i, do you think Matiang'i can make a good president? Because me thinks Matiang'i can make a good leader. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do you think Matiang'i can make a good leader? So, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to reflect on what is likely to happen this week as we wind up this video, because this week is likely to be fireworks. We are likely to see many things. All eyes shall be on Tuesday, Parliament, when members of Parliament are expected to vote for the impeachment. The question will be, will the truthful man be impeached? Looking at the way people came out in the public participation, the questions that many people would want to know, are leaders going to vote as per their people, as per the electorate? Are they going to vote with their stomachs or with their brains? That's a big question. Again, I saw the truthful man of God, Gachie, assembling an army of lawyers. Some of them ni watu ambao wana ujuzi mwingi sana, very experienced. Matiang'i, no. I still recall Ruaraka Lad Saga. Good opinion. I respect that. So what we are saying here, all eyes will be in Parliament. I noted one thing that there are people, there are a number of members of parliament who are saying that their names were read as those who had signed the motion, but they were saying they did not sign the motion. There are others who had spoken in public, like Sabina Chege, that they would stand with Rigathi Gachagua, but their names were read. How are they going to behave? And again, Moses Masika Wetangula and Gladys Bose Sheloi have already declared their stand. They are not impartial. They are supposed to be impartial. Will they preside over the impeachment? It will be very, very interesting. I understand Rigathi Gachagua has been accused of so many things. I was reading the dailies today, and one of the dailies was saying that there are 19 firms associated with him. Some of them involved in theft, massive theft, cancer, what, so many things. And if he survives the impeachment, how are they going to relate with William Samoei Ruto? How are they going to work? Because this impeachment has made Gachagua very strong. Very strong. That one I can agree. Number two, once it go to the Senate, when I look at the Senate, these guys are sober. Majority of them are sober. Akina Sifuna, they are there. Akina Okiya Mtata, they are there. They are sober. They are level-headed. They are not excited like the National Assembly. When you look at the National Assembly, the way they were voting, they were very much excited. It's like they were expecting something, a reward. Or they had something that was actually triggering that happiness. They were very happy. But now, the question is, because it is the Senate that will decide, is it going to uphold the impeachment of the truthful man? Because the Senate can decide not to impeach Gachagua. And by the way, if Parliament does not impeach Gachagua, how will William Samoei Ruto be able to work? Already, they had fronted the professor, Kithure Kindiki, as to be the link between the people of Mount Kenya and the government, which was wrong in my view. We don't require that. How is it going to turn out? It will not end there. That's why I'm saying we are headed to very interesting times. Very interesting times. And by the way, have you asked yourself this question? There is something that we are not being told. Why are we fighting for succession? Because this is succession. When you look at it from all angles, it is fight to succeed William Samoei Ruto. Yet he's just 2 years in office. What is happening here, ladies and gentlemen? Because this succession war, it is like the one that we witnessed during Moi's time, wakati Jomo Kenyatta in 1970s, when the Kikuyu, the Kiambu Mafia, said that Moi cannot become the president. The time when Jojo decided to protect Moi, and before they knew what was happening, because they decided it was a passing cloud, Moi had already consolidated power. Is history repeating itself? Or what is happening here? Because it's a race to succeed William Samoei Ruto. And there are those people who feel that Gachagua, if he becomes the president, I don't know. I don't know. There is that feeling. And then it will go to court. It will go to high court. The arguments, the merits of the case, the process will come into play. This is the first time we are impeaching a deputy president whose process is the same as that of the president using the 2010 constitution. And that's why now, because they want to kuziba all the loopholes that have been there in the past, kwa sababu uliona anytime the governor would be impeached, the court would say the due law process was not followed. Mliona kesi ya Wabora, simakumbuka kesi ya Wabora. So vile vile mliona even today Kawira is still in office. Kawira Mwagaza is still in office. Yet she was impeached by the Senate. Naomi Kamau, Omodi, pole that you feel that way. As a Kikuyu, I benefit in no way having Rigi G there. These guys, well, it doesn't matter. By the way, William Samuel Ruto and Gachagua have more in common than in conflict. Kalonzo Musyoka and Babu Owino, Martha Karua and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta have more in common than in conflict. The only thing that we have, me and Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, me and Rigi G, is the fact that he can understand my language and I can understand his Kikuyu language. Nothing else. Nothing else. If Oscar Sudi, who comes from the Kalenjin community, takes a phone and calls Rigi G, and I call, atachukua Oscar Sudi. Atachukua yangu, ati because Mkikuyu anapiga, jaribu, upige. Jaribu. So the issue of tribe doesn't help anybody, doesn't help. Doesn't help me, doesn't help you. What we want is somebody ambaye ni mweupe kama pamba katika Ikulu, katika the office of the deputy president, in that Senate seat. That's the kind of people that you want, that parliamentary seat. Those are the people that we want. Sio ati nini? Sio ati mambo ya ukabila. Ukabila sasa inasaidia nini? Haisaidii chochote. Hata mlima ikiguswa. Ati usigusa mlima. When Gachagua is saying, even when Gachagua is coming to Mount Kenya, we know it is politics. People knows it is politics. Haya ni mambo ambayo tunajua. So when it goes to the High Court again, it will not be a 1 week process. It's a wrong process. It may take even years. Gachagua may not even be impeached. We never know. A day in politics is just too long. That is what I would say. If you look at Gachagua is ready to defend his position. He is ready. And he's going to go overhaul. So this country, mambo huenda yakasimama kiasi. Because we are focusing so much on politics instead of development. And I think we started off badly because our president has always on top of the roofs of vehicles campaigning. This is the only country where campaigns begins immediately the president is sworn in. William Samoei Ruto was sworn in. After he was sworn in, ndio huyo juu ya magari, ndio huyo juu ya ndege. That's where we are now. The politics will be at fever pitch. Me, what I would say, we as Kenyans, we as citizens, we should have a common stand. And we should not allow these guys to divide us. Their differences is their differences. They are differing because they cannot agree on how they are going to root this country. That's why they are disagreeing. They're not disagreeing because of a road project. Because I'm Lucy. Like I said, more the number I am criticizing KK government and more so Mitego man. So, if the impeachment of Gachagua is going to make the economy of Kenya better, good riders, let it come. If the impeachment of William Samoei Ruto can make this country great and move forward, let it come. If recalling our MPs, because that clause is there and it is rarely used, if recalling our members of parliament is going to improve our service delivery, let us record them. Anything that is going to improve our education, reduce the funding of education. That is the way the parents pay a lot of fees. You know, many parents cannot afford to pay these fees. Because you see, NAC started very well because they had a dream of giving a free education. This guy came, they messed up everything. So anything that is going to improve the economy of this country, anything that's going to bring development in this country, let it come. And by the way, many people have been asking whether one need to be that 5 years to become the president. The answer is no. As long as you are an adult over 18 and you have a university education, you don't need to be that 5 years. The old constitution is the one that was talking about the age limit. This one does not have the age limit. So even Morake Basso is qualified. I'm saying this because there's some people who are saying that Morake Basso cannot become the president because of age. You know, maybe use other criteria, but not age. You must be mentally stable, must have lived in Kenya, I think, for the last 6 months, something like that, for a university degree, and you must pass the chapter 6 of integrity, and that is where our courts fail us. Kwa sababu, when you look at many members of parliament, they cannot pass chapter 6 of the integrity issue. So guys, I want to end this video here. I want to thank you very much. Very, very much. We'll be live again on Tuesday, Wednesday, so that we can interact as things unfold. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like the video. Please, you can share this video. I don't take it for granted, and I take you as brothers and sisters. This is our country. Let us do everything possible that will ensure peace prevail in this country, progress, and anything that will make Kenya great. Otherwise, Kenya ni home, as we are saying. We don't have another country. These politicians have parachute homes in Dubai. They have homes in America. They can go to those countries. But for us, tuko hapa, mimi na wewe, let us stand with our country. Bye-bye, guys. Adios. I'll miss you, guy. Bye.